This is the Rumor Report with Angela Yee on the Breakfast Club.
So listen up.
Well, according to sources, it looks like Kim Kardashian and Kanye West have been talking about divorcing for a long time after 6 years of marriage. They said even before this latest bipolar episode, they both had mutually decided that there have been sufficient communications to establish they both feel the marriage has ended. And so they're saying Kanye has now been following a different path, both in terms of his announcement for a presidential bid, as well as in the terms of the way he has chosen to communicate and the things that he has chosen to say. So that's what's leading to this. Also, according to reports and according to TMZ, Kanye is not even trying to speak to Kim Kardashian right now. He's been ducking her phone calls and rejecting her pleas to come and join him in Wyoming. So there's been very little communication between the two of them ever since he went to his rally in South Carolina last weekend. And they haven't been spending any time together at all.
By sources, when they say sources, do they mean Kris Jenner's PR team?
I'm sure.
You know that's the only person that's leaking this.
Because it seems like it's coming from her side right now.
Of course.
But imagine if you're with somebody, right, and they're a huge Trump supporter, and they say all these things publicly that you don't agree with. That has to be difficult.
Kim is a Trump supporter. What do you mean? Kim goes to the White House and has conversations with Jared Kushner and Donald Trump as part of her prison reform.
I don't know who she for real is, but I'm just saying. I was just thinking about for myself. I don't mean necessarily Kim, but just imagine what that must be like.
Kim has defended Trump on several occasions. I also see Kanye trending on Twitter because Donda didn't drop today. Why do we continue to fall for the same old tricks? When is the last time Kanye dropped an album on time, people? Seriously, he's done this the last few projects.
Yeah, but I think it's more than that.
How do we fall for the same old tricks? Oh my God!
I think it's more than that this time. I think the gentleman has a problem. I think his marriage is in trouble. I think he's spiraling out of everything. I think he's having a problem. I don't think it's just I'm just doing this to promote my album. I doubt that. It doesn't seem like that. It seems more.
Y'all do realize he's done this the last few projects. Supposed to drop albums on certain days and doesn't. And then they come out later that afternoon or come out a week later. He's done this on every single project he's done for the last couple years.
Well, yeah, and I saw Plies tweeted out they only play Crazy when they got an album coming out. And then T.I. also seems to think that Kanye's tweet about Lil Baby was just because he does want to work with Lil Baby and never really reached out to him, but he knew that would do it. So T.I. said, he just came up with that one in the moment because that was the request.
The man knows how to create compelling spectacles like no other. That he does. And he does throw tantrums like a man-child when he wants something. Instead of just asking for it, he'll throw a tantrum about it or say he can't get it or people are trying to deny it to him. And then he usually ends up winning. He usually ends up getting his way.
All right. It looks like Kim Zolciak and Marlon Wayans have made up ever since he said that she looks like the White Chicks character, which a lot of people have always said about her. And if you guys remember, he had posted a picture of Kim Zolciak on his Instagram page and captioned it, "No, we are not in production on White Chicks 2, the F." And she was very upset about it. And now she's saying, okay, the two of them ran into each other. And here she is at the airport in Atlanta letting TMZ know what happened.
I was walking out of Nobu.
Yeah.
And he said, "You still mad at me, Kim?
You still mad at me?
You still mad at me, Kim?"
Wait, did he apologize?
No, he just said, I think he touched Corey like, "What up, man?"
That's like a prideful apology.
So I didn't really know who he was just because the mask and so.
Yeah.
And then he said that to me and I was like, "No, we're good. I can't stay mad at you." And then I was walking out and I was like, you know what? Let me talk to this. I went back in and I was like, wait. And I said, "No, we're good." And took a picture.
I'm so happy that Marlon and Kim squashed the beef. That could have gotten out of hand. You know,
What are you talking about? Shut up.
Nah, for real, yo. They both got shooters. We don't need no bloodshed.
Stop it. You stop it.
Summer, man. Thank God that beef was squashed. Thank God the beef between
Stop it.
Zolciak and Marlon Wayans was squashed. Thank you, Lord.
All right, and Jermaine Dupri is producing We Are the World-inspired charity song. It's called Change. And artists include Jonte Austin, Neo, Kelly Rowland, Monica, Miguel, Gary Clark Jr., JoJo, Eric Bellinger, and Angel. So he said he took a page from Quincy Jones when it comes to artists rejecting the opportunity. He said, "I've had a few people who rejected being on the song. A week ago, those rejections had me in an effed up space. I'm trying to do something good for the cause, so I had to get myself out of that funk. I'm a songwriter. So when someone rejects one of my songs, I start thinking the song sucks immediately. He said, that's when I started reading. I read that when Quincy and Michael Jackson did We Are the World, Prince came to the studio and he rejected being on the song. When I saw that, it relieved me because I'm like, that's why Prince wasn't on the song, because he didn't like it. I also read Cyndi Lauper thought the song sounded like a soap commercial. And a couple of others said they didn't love the song. So that gave me my next week of confidence. And I started reaching out to the Detroit choir. He said, it's a song that represents this current time that we're in.
Yeah, people probably rejected it because We Are the World is such a high bar. So when you start calling people up saying we want to do another We Are the World, they're like, that's a very high bar to touch. But what also made We Are the World iconic is the fact at the time it seemed like they had every A-list rapper around. I'm not rapper,
Rapper.
artist, every A-list artist. Every A-list artist around. So even if Prince
from
wasn't on it.
different genres and everything.
But you know what, though? Yeah. But you remember what he said? He said he started with Michael. So once you have Michael with you, you see a lot more artists be like, if Michael's doing it, I'm doing it. Now, if Jay-Z started with, let's say, Beyonce, all these artists be like, I'm in. Or Rihanna, they'd be like, I'm in, you know?
Yeah, very true.
All right. Well, to this day, I still know how to do We Are the World in sign language.
Really?
Okay.
Random fact.
That person? Why were you that person?
Can I see you do it right now? Right now. Let me see you do it right now.
When I was in school, we had to do a play, and I played the Statue of Liberty. It was called The Statue Speaks.
Oh, my
and
goodness.
I came to life, and I had to tell the story of how the Statue of Liberty got to New York and got delivered. And there were some tourists that came to look at me, and I told them my story, and then we all did We Are the World in sign language.
Amazing story, Angela Yee. Drop on the clues bombs for Angela Yee. Round of applause.
Can you do it right? Can you do it right fast?
Sure. You ready?
Story.
Yep. There comes a
time when we heed a certain call, when the world must come together as one. Yeah.
There are people dying.
If you have Revolt TV, you can see the sign
and
language.
It's time to lend a hand. You're not doing it.
Come
on. All right, let's go to hook.
You know the next
we
line?
are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day, so let's start giving. There's a choice we're making.
Envy looked like one of the kids who would receive the proceeds from We Are the World.
Oh, my goodness.